Position, but you've got to really think about why that team that you're fighting fell down so easily. Generally, it's because the position is bad for one reason or another. Lots of areas to bounce that utility off. So if you're gonna push something like that, or if you're fighting against, hang on a second, if you're fighting against them, right, you don't push that, because then you yourself get naded as well. It's very nadeable for a reason.
Yeah, and that match was a perfect example of what can happen whenever you end up just catching up even more to that first place. Arena ended up getting 5 points. You can see Aurora Gaming just jump up to that second place with 81 points. What was a 1 point and 18-point gap to that second place has just now closed up to 9 points.
I'm so happy to see it, because we saw throughout the entirety of today, right, there were a podium team at the very start, slipping, almost nothing done. They were in 8th position before this game. Now with that chicken dinner rocketing right at the very top here, just behind E-Arena with their 81 points. Literally the only team single-digit points away from our current pack leader of E-Arena. But the thing is, very flash in the pan, right, Niptra? We need to see more consistency, and especially not throwing games when you know you can get those wins.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. We have one more Erangel and then 2 Miramars as well. Aurora tend to do quite well on Miramar typically, so we'll see how that goes. Again, yeah, they can be very hot, very cold, so it is just down to game by game what they're gonna do. But we're looking at the second page here. Flash and Hora, 48 points each. They are looking tied right now, but there's quite a bit of a gap between them and 4th Thrive, so even further down the leaderboard, we're starting to see those gaps emerge.
Yeah, Lace, for some of these teams here in the second page, I'm going to be keeping a close eye on them, because at one point we're going to have to start cutting them out, because that point gap is just too much. And keep in mind, going into tomorrow, that smash roll is going to be at play, and it's going to be plus 10 points of whatever first place ends up with.
Yeah, and it's strange because, like, I know me and Neptura were having a look at Godlike, right? And they're making such calculated and well played. And then I even sort of said, God damn, they're so strong as just a little duo. Why don't they just kind of like go in that little map and do their thing? But it's just unfortunate, you know, they were getting like 7 elims in that spot, but just not making it any further. And I sort of touched about that on the shared studio. And the couch, it was like they're getting themselves in these great, like, close range fights, capitalizing, winning it, and then, like you were saying, moving back in and not, like, the other teams are sort of circulating because they're doing that too late in the game. But I do feel, we've seen it before, Aurora just did it. They can just have this great game, and that will push them up a lot further because they're getting the elims. They'll be able to do it.
And they definitely need it, especially where they are currently. We've been praising them in regards to the performance that they have had today, but we need to see a lot more out of Godlike, because they are truly just so far away from the first place. And at the end of the day, you want to be in first place. That's what they're going to be hunting down. By the way, special shout out earlier on to Hot Jukes and John for casting those first 5 games. But now it's time for the main show. Yeah, it's okay. I still got you, baby. For Blank and Jackie Blank, you got me. Come on, man.
Oh, mate. All right, that's one hell of a setup. Thank you too. The support is unreal inside the usual. It has been awesome all the way throughout the tournament, but we do have a lot of people with us this time. So we're going to get loud, we're going to get a little bit crazy with it, because I imagine to finish off the day, you know, it's been a long day, all right? We might have some mad circles to finish things off.
Yeah, do you reckon?
I reckon.
Should we make sure there's still some good energy left in the crowd? But
we could try. We could try, yeah.
Right then. Paris, a few games left to go today. Let's see how. That's what I wanted. Proud of you, Paris. You've been killing it here at PMWC, and we'll keep the commentary flowing as the games go on. We can lock in. As we start to get towards the end of the day, it's been enticing, Blank. Some good quality PUBG Mobile coming out, but I'm excited to see if there's any more twists in the narrative.
That's what we're looking for. We're looking for some twists, some turns at the end of the day, some mysteries yet unsolved. As we do get back into the thick of it, we're going to be going to Erangel one last time before we head towards our final 2 Miramars to close out this mega day of PUBG Mobile. Again, like we said, Paris has been fantastic. You guys have been fantastic. The fact that you've been with us this entire time, supporting the teams the entire time. We've heard the drums. We've heard the excitement. The drums better come back, though. All right, I'll be sad if the drums aren't in the crowd.
They're ramping, mate. They're getting ready.
They're ramping. They're getting ready to go. Doing a couple of paradiddles here and there. You got Ralph on screen explaining to his team that they're definitely not getting hot dropped over towards Pachinki. It's not happening again. Ida's had a good game. Now they're like, maybe we were the problem.
Do you remember we don't do that anymore? Which honestly, I think it's a fair shout. I mean, you know what? 4 different members of the talent team spoke to Ralph about that yesterday. We were kind of making sure we can get that one across as many ways as possible. It seems like the message has been sent out.
Yeah, it was like it was coded through Ralph for Ida.
Yeah.
Vehicle, which will need to make a move down towards the south side of the map, but it gives a good game here for Aurora, who have been baiting us for multiple years for a massive win at an international, and they might just be giving us it here at PMWC, at EWC 2026.
Perfect end game potentially for a team like Aurora, who do feel like they've kind of locked it in a bit. So we'll see, we'll stick with it. Potential for a lot of early fights. You got Flash taking on OG early as Aru's already down. Tiamba amongst it as well. A couple of squads looking to get stuck in instantly then.
The revolver to the dome there. A little unfortunate for guys over on OG. Flash seems okay though, get themselves back up on their feet. Like you say though, we got Aura on screen. Eagle. Explosive bow. Almost hit it as well. A little bit of pinpoint accuracy with the arrows. Jiggle, dropping some ammo across. Everyone's a little bit low right now. Level 1 vest, a little bit difficult. It might have been actually just dropping some of the bandies over. Well, Sleepy is having a troublesome time getting towards them. I think he's in an awkward spot. Sky, though, is coming in. From the other side of things.
Very much an early stalemate that no one really wants to overly commit to. Be that first domino to fall, it's going to be a nightmare. You want to get out of this very cleanly as well. Losing 1 or at worst 2 players, even if you do take down the other squad and get a full 4 points from it, this is going to be a major detriment to your run with how few games we have left today.
Yeah. Well, I think the big thing though for this in particular is the plane path from the south side up towards the north, and because we had this big southern circle that is pretty much committed to Sosnovka. This is not going anywhere else.
Yeah.
It meant that a lot of teams dropped out early on the plane path to get looted up early. So you do have the likes of S2G, Aurora, Four Thrives, Ida, Alula, as well as Nongshim Red Force already in Sosnovka. This place is getting very busy very quickly. Tiamba moves up, but Horror's already getting themselves into a vehicle. Uzi in play, tries to get the damage across. There will be a shot from Shallow though. Really good stuff there with the QBZ. Get some damage in. Jiggle. Line and wait. Could be a dangerous trap in play. QZZ trying to get around the side. Eagle will just run down Sleepy. They don't know. They do not know. He is hidden, blending in to the rust.
Man, how has he got away with this for so long? He's just there, down on the deck. No one knows about Jiggle.
Come on. Come on.
Pistol.
Come on.
The sidearm.
There's Are you blind? Hoping that goes as mechanics.
Artistry
He's
is on
proned.
point.
That's a lovely prone. That
Never
is
seen anything like
a
it.
beautiful prone on him.
Got away with that one. Liberties,
Yeah.
absolute liberties.
Dear me, PUBG Mobile Chameleon, right here, right now, at PMWC. If you want to get yourself some skins to allow you to blend in, well, this is not the one for you, because the Uzumaki Naruto event is now on with the Naruto character set, as well as the Ninetales Fury Org. S-Power bringing a lot of fury to the lobby at the moment as well. Talking to Max earlier, he was saying that S-Power right now probably the only player at a massively global level. And I would agree with him. I think he is on the likes of, you know, your Mormons, your Errands. He's looking insane. Yeah, for S-Power, doing great work for the rest of his team. I think Godlike has really shown that they absolutely can take it to task with some of the best squads in the world, which is cool to see. Satan here from Nigma Galaxy. Another team that's doing really well too. I genuinely think, and I said at the start of the day, is that I've not always been the biggest fan of Nigma Galaxy and some of the pushes, some of the rotates they make. I think they have a lot of potential in them. This tournament, though, has been, you know, it's been off the walls, just like this, because this is wild.
It's just ridiculous how close he came when he drove past him twice.
He's twitching as well.
Yeah, I know. Not even fully stationary. Look at him. He's got a slight shifty look about him.
He's put the laser pointer down to the ground. He's like, oh.
Nightmare. They're going to see that.
Put that away.
Well, hey-ho, that one worked out. Didn't expect it, but master of camouflage
He
there.
even try to give himself away. I mean, the laser pointer, really. That sent me. That's good. Ah, that's a belly of laughs right there. A lot of teams now getting in position, though. Furia looking to cross. Haven't had a really bad day today, honestly. I think genuinely Furia has been looking better and better as the tournament does go on. More shades of the past from them, PMMI, where they look very, very strong there, and they're bringing it back. I think that they just had to slow down their gameplay a little bit because their end games aren't nice. That's where they typically thrive. But now they're coming up against Alula, the Claws versus the Panthers here.
Giving us the proverbial question of which set of claws are sharper.
Are they both depicting Panthers, though? Because that would be...
Maybe a jaguar.
Maybe a jaguar, yeah, like that.
Keep you guessing. You never know. Battle of the Animal Kingdom. Oh, S-Power with a nice little lift there. That's a 5-pointer.
X5 on that one. A lot of airtime.
It's a great multiplier.
It was a great multiplier. I like that. Anyway, we get next circle.
We've seen this before.
You didn't hear. I don't know if you could hear that, but there was audible disappointment from the crowd. Everyone was oohing and ahhing at that one. Does head out far towards that west side. Really uncomfortable. Very, very uncomfortable. Ida's already good spot, though. The rest of the team, I would probably say to try and regroup soon, though. Nongshim Red Force has played a similar position to this in the past on this exact spot that Tizzy is currently actually located on with XZY. So I think they'll just try and secure that going forward. They might even try and take the compound of Vitality one on during this map before as well. We'll see what they do. Can't be too greedy, though, because, again, like I said earlier, it's very busy in Sosnovka at the moment. A lot of teams here.
It's going to get pretty aggressive down there where things do kick off, especially with how this zone shifted, man. Cutting out a lot of that play space once again. So you're fighting around the bridge, you're fighting on the island. Like you touched on, even just a couple minutes into this game, with how close they were off the playing path, a lot of squads did already make their mass migration down and start to try and dig their heels in a little bit. You've got a few squads that are still outside in the mainland towards the blue, having a bit of a slower rotate. A lot of traffic as well on the bridge over to Sosnovka. Fury there, as we saw that establishing shot with Alula just ahead, guarding the entrance. It's then Vitality behind them, and similarly Flash behind them as well.
Yeah, Fury's getting squeezed like a fruit right now. It's not looking good for them. They're getting pushed down by Vitality and Flash behind that as well. So this is a awkward approach. They would like to get across, but I don't think Alula's going to let them across so easily. Igor's is far up though, so he just needs an opener. And Alula looks to be leaving. I think that's the correct decision at this time, just because the circle did push so far over towards the western side. You don't want to get left behind. E-Arena still being here is somewhat of a question mark, but if they knew they could hold out a team over towards Box Compound, sure, why not? It is quite cruel towards Tiamba, but this is the name of the game. You pick up the points where you can, and right now, E-Arena's doing a good job of it.
Tourniquet there. Up on the top side of the rock face, spamming down into Aching, and will leave him wounded off the back of that. QZZ already knocked, rest of the squad following in their footsteps. This is a brutal start for Tiamba, and one by one they fall. So E-Arena find them outside and dispatch them with ease there. Another 4 points on top. That's a 94-point total over the course of today's games.
It's a strange one, right? Because they both started up over towards Severny, Didora, as well as Tiamba. Tiamba swings wide over towards North George. Flash does take a knock there, and probably a flush too. This is over towards the fight on the bridge side, so we'll come back to Tiamba in just a second. Axel low, Razy on bended knee. P90 in play at this early in the game as well. Good to see.
First man down on the deck, still has some firepower to play with. Zone nipping at their heels. Razy out of the running, Razak knocked. Axel looking to defend, throws the nade deep. Thankfully for Bowles, he was able to reposition. That one isn't going to hit him just yet. Ooh, he's closing the distance though. Wants to really get in there.
Oh wow. My God.
Response back from Axel's quick. And he can get the meds in as well, Blank.
Vexy should just about hit this. It's close, but it's still back up again. We'll go for the res over towards Razak. This is a good recovery right now from Vitality. Sadly for them, Aura has made an incredible run down from that northern side. They are fast in position. Bozy is down. Enigma Galaxy currently holding out Ulf. Lord up on high. Ketch has no idea. Caught in the broadside. Will get taken down, but a lovely refrag coming through from Eren. Ulf likely will now play on as 3. Look worse and worse as time goes down. Lord, the
dismount towards the top side, so if maybe they do win out on this fight, somehow they can grab him back up. Oh, good read onto Scarface. Ralph ready for the encounter. Bullets being peppered. He gets him so dangerously low, but he's still standing. He can just tuck in behind the box now.
Oh.
Oh. Well, that would have been the operative word. Could have tucked in behind the box. Not going to happen now. Laid out by Ralph. Satan with a re-aggression as well. And this is starting to turn. That's the way Ulf go down. They started out with a bit of a recovery, but finally finished by Enigma Galaxy. Only one player cut short from the roster there. They'll carry on as a trio. Meanwhile, amidst this, we have Vitality bringing the thunder back onto Hora.
It's been a while since I've been seeing Vexy on the main stage, but still got it in him, it seems. Razak does go down, and looks like Vitality might just want to be making the cross going forward. Looks for Sky. Vexy will pick him up, doing a great job here. Settling in for Federalis. Oh, wow. I mean, good job. Really, really well done here from Vexy. I mean, multiple times keeping the team awake and in play, even versus Flash earlier on. Fantastic stuff.
Yeah, big step up. Brilliant individual moments there. Zone crunching in a little bit as well. Ooh, Vitality suffering casualties, it seems, with the Elim feed lighting up. That's Flash that are trying to defend the entryway over the bridge. Another headshot from Tops has shut down Vexy after the good form we saw from him, and Axel has fallen due to the damage sustained. The zone eliminates him, and Vitality finally buckle.
Yeah, it's just, there wasn't a lot of boat rotates from a lot of these teams on that north side. Spent a long, long time looting up. I don't think they were quite prepared for how southern this circle was going to end up going and how quickly space was going to be taken out of play. But we are in a really awkward arena of the map as we head down towards the southwest side. There's a couple of compounds around here, a lot of open space going forward. Ralph moves up to the plate here. Tony K goes down first. Good shots from him. Will finally fall there to a sideline. But Mormon just cannot hold on. In comes Godlike. They don't care, they're going straight past.
We hear the godlike theme music start playing. They want to cash this one in as they drive past, steal elims where possible, but focus on the bigger picture, getting into the zone and starting to advance into an actual controllable position on this one. Coop's going right back towards them. They're going to pass each other.
Okay. Well, like a friendly handshake there. I felt like I was in Interstellar for a second. Yeah, Coop's looking further to pick up his teammates, but actually went back for some more. Satan, I think, is back up again. Not sure about Ralph. I think Ralph did fall down, but this has been a really good game from Ralph. I think he's off of Scarface as well was really incredible to see. Just give it one more bullet, and that was enough. Hazaifa up on top. Godlike tried to send it. Got further and further in, but Hazaifa laying down the law.
It's a great peek. Might actually be able to double down, and he certainly will. Godlike eating the bullets from the elevated peak there of 4 frags as Hazaifa starts to bring the heat to the battleground. Enigma Galaxy got back in towards the zone. This is their POV now. They actually run into Ida of all teams once more. Coop's going to be hit by the shotty. The pump takes him down. And that's the way that one goes. Unraveling them. Ida eliminated. We saw Flash falling amidst all this. But Aurora getting eyes on it from so close. They were able to steal a couple points away. Put Enigma Galaxy back down in the dirt. 3 Elim points on them.
I still think, though, for Enigma Galaxy, what a game. What a game, honestly. It was a real tough scenario they went through. They end the match on 10 Elims. I think that's a good profit. I think you come away with this one thinking to yourself, we went through hell and back just to get towards this location of the map, and we still came away with 11 points total. So very, very well done. Because we do only have 6 teams left at the 17-minute mark. This is the quickest we've seen the lobby cold before off the back of a really horrendous circle. S2G set themselves up, kamikaze as per usual, flying in towards those front lines.
S2G just cleaning house on Alula. They've gone down pretty swiftly. Ooh, Furia might actually get a bit of a read on this, though, with the forward scout we've got from Ayala in the back of the vehicle. So a lot of sightlines being opened up between our squads. Aurora's still got space to play with. In the grand scheme of things, it's been a little bit quieter on the Elim front for Nonshim, but they're still in the running of the conversation. They've had some good consistent finishes today. It's felt like it's all been coming together communication-wise when they get a good angle to play off in these games.
Well, Hyunbin's basically the crowbar of South Korea right now.
He's been cracking these lobbies open.
He has been cracking the lobbies open. It's good to see. And I think the rest of the team rallies around that so easy. He's been very, very nice on those long sight lines. We've got to come up against Aurora, though. Aurora's starting to really feel it. And despite having a lot of weird finishes where second places, where they should have won, especially versus Nongshim Red Force earlier today, they would have been far and away at the top of the leaderboard. Some moments where Aurora just can't quite finish the job. Even then, the consistency has been good, so it's an impressive showing from them. But we have that rivalry back up to bat once again here between Nongshim Red Force and Aurora, but shots coming from the sidelines does make things awkward.
Ooh, nade right over the top. That's Doc that looks to hit them heavy. And if Doc's fired up, mate, Aurora might keep the pace on pretty swift on this one. Fury just off in the distance, haven't overcommitted to anything just yet. Hyunbin still up and kicking. They got height on it. Just can't really afford to overextend too far. Get caught sleeping. This could be a big unraveling for that side. Tizzy's got to bandage himself back up to stay pretty in the situation he's been left in. Aurora are aware of that angle from Furia, at least. Free smokes for Tizzy being the difference between a raw face from Refus potentially coming their way.
I think the problem right now is absolutely that angle you're talking about between Furia over towards Aurora. You've got Top off in the distance there, currently holding on alongside with Zhol. They look to make the move out, but Furia had that angle on. One player very low in the back of the vehicle. I believe that is Zhol at the moment. Can't quite find the next shots, and Ayala is playing it very safe. The angle over towards this way, but Tizzy with nasty nade goes straight through the side mirror window.
Oh. Response back over, they dash some nades of their own on target, but it's actually a response from 4 Fribes. Pulling up to the party, looking to third party on this one. Aurora trying to withstand. Nonshin going down as the last man, and So Easy will collapse from it. Doc already piecing out. Ooh, mate, that's the rotate straight into the camp of Furia.
That is very on point for Doc.
He's got that Doc in him.
Yeah, that's the brand right there. Moved instantly over towards Furia, held that angle, made them feel a little bit afraid, right? S2G still got Kamikaze swinging, layering in the vehicles. Circle moves over towards Kamikaze. You can hear Turkish fans for S2G a little bit loud themselves. Hamzi finds a shot over towards Huzaifa. That's on the roadside, and a horrible time for it to happen. But it's all popping off now. Refus up first, nade in hand, looking over towards Ayala, very low. Chief pulled the pin, but a little late. Solke runs through the both of them.
Oh, mate, the car's done enough just with the bonnet. He's dived out with the shotgun in his hand, vehicle burning behind him. Squad mates falling around as the shots are being spammed. Quick turn, finds that one, throws Furia out of the running.
This is the best Solke's looked in quite a while, actually. I think that he's getting a little bit more of that aggression on board. I think a lot of times he was relegated to being this anchor player. So it's nice to see him, you know, channeling a bit of that Silas going forward as S2G gets the ambulance out, pulls out the rest of their team, gets them rezzed and back up into a position to fight. Not taking any chances on this one. Went out for the first aid kit. A necessary first aid kit in the moment. The med kit taking him to full. Requires Doc to put a little bit of extra work in.
I'm shocked he survived that long. Refus had the peak up at first, left him sweating bullets, like you say. The clutch heal barely buying him enough time to stay along for a few extra seconds. Now knocked behind the vehicle.
It's a bold maneuver from Solke, but does drag him from the rest of the team. Likely leaving S2G as a 3-man, but they have the compound central. See where the next circle heads over towards. Can play off the back of that, but it's going to be Aurora. 4 Thrives, ping-ponging between one another. Taking some pot shots at S2G in the meantime.
Hard confirm with the nades thrown over, so much so that Doc nearly went down from the danger close of his team. Luckily does have the meds to fix himself with no one nearby to convert from the lower HP he had. The excitement from the fans, you can see why. S2G, they were playing with some confidence, some aggression. Previously, it's been Kamikaze that reps himself in those situations. This time around, he plays close to the squad. They control the compound, but you're going to be pushed from 2 sides.
Difficulty with this compound as well. There's a lot of space to control here. There's a lot of space to control. There's some flat walls to work off the back of. So teams could send in over towards one side, and having a 3-man inside there means they cannot control every building effectively. So these 2 on the side here, this is over towards the eastern edge. Sat on Aurora's angle. Possibility to move in. Oh, S2G's just got to be very quick with this, but you know as soon as someone makes a move for that compound, the other team's going to fly on in. They're likely just going to wait this out until the circle confirms this is a definite compound finish.
Don't invest your eggs into one basket until you know. A few seconds out from that zone crunching, we'll see if it's going to favor S2G once again. Shifts slightly off it, blank, pulls away.
It's nasty. Up towards that north side. Aurora looking to get a chicken under the belt here. Would likely slingshot them up towards first on the rankings. despite what has been honestly a hairy day for them. It really has. There's been some moments where the question marks have been flung out left, right and center for this squad, but still, they've been keeping themselves looking pretty, bandaging up between the matches.
Blessing of it as well with the zone shifting. That crate that came in, you can see that Top & Co were able to push over, get an early duo onto that, grab some extra bits and bobs to armor themselves what could be quite an intense final fight once they now get attention from 4-5s and S2G. They've got a full 4-man squad, similar, 4-5s, and they're going to jump in the vehicle, start to advance on this. Oh, that's not what you want. Reefus with a snapshot. Falak falls instantly. He's got some cover to play off here as well, Blank.
T24, he's just out. He said, I am not being in that buggy anymore. I'm dropping straight to the ground. And I think it was the correct choice. Being on the back of a buggy like that makes you a prime target. And he's just realized that Reefus has got the golden eye there. Quick shots, pinpoint as well as IQ desperately tries to swing around the side. This is a mad dash and one that will not work out in the face of Aurora. More points added and S2G can do nothing but look on. They actually get themselves into vehicles. They're going to swing round. They have to take the moment here into their own hands. Last game, Aurora, they were able to do some good work versus them. Now looking to actually show some aggression. Reefus goes down first.
Good engage, but how long can they hold on? Kamikaze in the back wants to arc the nade over, has the SMG to play with, one thrown right back towards him. Doc putting them down with the DBS. Panic stations for Aurora as everything is being thrown at them. Doc takes a heavy hit, but he's still standing.
S2G down to 2. Hamzy G on the north side. Kamikaze lighting them up. T24 still off in the distance, dealing with Top here, and Kamikaze takes nade after nade. This bounces, but should go a little bit long here, keeping Kamikaze as a half HP count.
Oh, T24 as well in the midst of all this. That's the off angle you touched on there. Able to strike from the side. Kamikaze replies with one of his own, and these two teams are coming together to make it uncomfortable for Aurora. Doc with a nade, trying to cook that one. Meanwhile, they respond back onto 4-5s as they throw that in. T24 behind the tree.
Doc now worried. Split the difference between two players here. Not easy to regroup. Another nade in the hand of T24. Sent it across. Doc is down. The other might fall to the nade from across the way, but seems like he lived it. S2G playing the game of their lives right now. S2G, such a quick swing, Jackie, as well. Love to see it.
This is huge from them. Complete different play style. The confidence out in full force. Right time, right place, and the back door has worked out well. Top trapped, T24 spamming so close to him. He knows he's exposed. And this duo from S2G looking to take this one with force, but they still play it smart.
Makes the run across right now, trying to deny sight lines. Aurora, Top will at least find it, but the shots are coming through. Kamikaze once again sends straight center. It starts to work out. Nate gets close to the lovely bouncer on it, but won't go quite far enough. Back behind the loot crate. A little bit of cover to work with, but S2G, they've got two angles. Top is going to have to play out of his mind to make this one work here. One first aid kit ready to go. Hamzy G looks to send an arc over the top here to finish off the game. Goes wide to the side.
He's really trying to run the risk on this one. He peeks over the top of the crate, using the smoke to block the angle from Hamzy G so he can take an isolated fight. He's reading it as well. This 1v2, like you say, it's got to be impeccable from him. He cannot afford to miss a single shot. The reactions are going to be there. Kamikaze on the road. Slight height advantage. Throws in the molly, takes the shot, and that's how he gets it done. Kamikaze cleans up as S2G get it!
Last game, S2G, they looked a little bit short there, but this game, they go Kamikaze, Kama-crazy for the finish. What a game, not lazy whatsoever, with a quick swing out to the side.
G, that once again prove how much of a powerhouse they could be here in France.
T24 as well, man, the jump out the buggy to sit down on the floor. I couldn't believe that. I mean, he made a quick snap decision. And lads, I'm gonna have to live this game out. I'm dropping into the grass, and I'm going to cause problems.
You can feel the energy in the arena as well. We get the replay from that one. Some big individual maneuvers. I love the strategy as well, Blank. S2G here, the way they were able to control the situation, knowing they had to be so proactive, but didn't overstep the mark. And then on the flip side for Aurora, you're playing with dice, gambling on some of these peaks, knowing realistically, it's a risk that you have to take. It's not an easy 1v2.
It's actually a very difficult circle. And yes, it pulled away, but they were unsure where they wanted to fight out towards, and maybe they had to full commit over towards Fourth Rise, clear that angle sooner to deal with S2G. But again, for S2G as a three-man there, they make the only decision they can. It's been something they've been saying all tournament, is we just don't care. We will just push those angles. We will try and get something done in those end games. And it was lovely to see them prove that immediately after that last game where they sort of just laid down over on Arangul. Didn't quite let that game fall into hands. This time around, they leave nothing up to chance.
I think that does summarize the playstyle realistically. This point in the competition, after so many play days, so close towards the real big picture. That prize pool looming over you, you can't afford to have any doubts in your mind. Leave it to another team and your dream could be snatched away. Whereas for S2G, they've been rising to the occasion, and that oomph, that killer instinct, that's what's giving them these leg ups.
Absolutely, and in the end, for S2G, this isn't even their best map, man. They live it on Miramar. This is where they usually thrive. So to have some good moments here over on Erangel is lovely to see. Again, a couple of our teams really making their mark right now. Fourth Thrive still playing really well. Honestly, for them, I think even that early game where we saw Huzaifa playing the big Lion's Rock, where he could just have that oversight, knew exactly what they had to do. As teams flowed in, just deny them. But we do have Kalaris over on the stage for a little hit with the players.
That means he's actually ripe for the commentator desk already. They might be able to actually capture him here. They've caught him cornered a little bit. Moment. Jump. John Allen. It looks. I think they might actually have it. They might have it. They might have.
Nişan aldı. Dürbün. Adam vurma. Araba sürüyor. Araba sürüyor. Araba patlatmak. Araba tarıyoruz. Araba sprey atmak.
Konuş.
Araba sprey atmak. Sprey atıyor.
Oyuncu.
Drive-by.
Oyuncu.
Araba giderken vurmak.
Drive-by'da adam vurmak.
Headshot. Arabada giderken drive-by'e headshot atmak. Canı bir.
Araba iptal.
Araba yok. Araba iptal. Niye araba sürüyorsun o zaman?
Sen. Ben.
Takım arkadaşın.
Bekle. O.
Düşman. Tamam ikiniz. Çatışıyorsunuz.
Tamam.
Fight'tasınız.
Cross koyuyorsun.
Cross koyuyorsun aynen.
Tamam. Sen.
Beklemek.
Beklemek.
Ben bildim beklemek.
Araba sürüyorsun. Evet.
Durdum. Benzini bitti.
Benzin mi?
Ben.
Geç. IGL yani.
Kaptan. Info.
Konuşuyor.
Analiz. Info almak. Analiz. Boş dolu info. Boş.
Boş ev. Boş loot. Loot aramak.
Pusu yemek. Pusu mu?
Tabak yemek.
Ev boş diye gittin nak yedin.
Yiğit abi.
IDL. Harita ben.
Şişko.
Alan. Circle. Alan ortası. Çift attı.
Çift attı.
Arşiv. Arşiv de.
Kaç mı çift? Tamam. Loot aldın.
MP5K. Silah aldın. MP5K. Hafif makineli. Skoplu. 0.
Thompson.
Iron sight.
8x.
Dürbün.
2x. Tamam dürbün. Bir şey. Beline koydun.
CS9. Ok, arbelet oku.
E90.
Uzi.
E90.
Vektör. Kapıyı açtım. Loot aldın. Dürbün oku. Skop takamıyorsun o silahı. Doğru mu?
Hi, Kalaris here at PMWC, down on the stage to talk to Nongshim Red Force. Hyunbin here to talk about some of the games from today. First questions first. I want to ask you guys about the previous Erangel, not just this one. You guys pushed Furia. Talk to me about that decision and if you'd have maybe done it differently in another scenario.
일단 현민 선수 첫 번째 질문은 일단 이전 매치를 좀 가볼게요. 사실 그 전 에란겔에서 유리한 고지를 좀 먹고 있었는데 아래에 있던 퓨리아를 이제 잡으려다가 좀 판이 좀 아쉽게 돌아갔거든요. 그래서 퓨리아 때 좀 어떤 콜이 나왔는지, 퓨리아를 밀러갈 때 어떤 콜이 나왔는지, 그리고 만약에 그 판을 좀 다시 하게 된다면 좀 어떤 콜을 내렸을지 좀 그걸 묻고 싶네요.
일단은 저희가 오른쪽에 한 팀 더 있는 거 알았어갖고 좀 한 팀 교전하면 한 팀 무조건 올 거라는 거 알고 저희 팀원이 1평을 둘을 입혔어갖고 가갖고 잡은 게 일단 맞는 플레이를 한 것 같습니다.
Yeah, I mean, we already knew like if we're going to push Furia, then the other party would come. So we tried to push it as fast as possible. But I think if I think we'll end up in retrospect, I think we should have just let him just use that 1 feet place, and then just we can hold on to our spaces and would much use it wiser.
Okay, so let's talk about the Rondo game, because that Rondo was amazing from Nongshim Red Force. So talk to me about any potential threats that you had to consider whilst playing out that game, as well as the end where you were able to pull off an amazing victory.
이제 론도에서는 사실 정말 키를 쓸어 담으시면서 또 치킨까지 가져가셨는데 그때 좀 어떤 마음가짐으로 플레이를 하셨는지, 그리고 뭐 부담감이나 압박감 같은 건 없으셨는지 궁금합니다.
부담감이나 압박감 같은 거는 없었고 일단 교전 부분에서는 저희 팀이 가장 자신 있었기 때문에 쫄지 않고 자신감 있게 했던 것 같습니다.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't any pressure at all. Honestly, we were very confident in our team fights. So yeah, we tried to get it head on, and then I think that worked really well.
Thank you very much for joining me, Hyunbin. Thank you very much, Maddox. That does it for us down on the stage.
Thank you, Kalaris, for that interview. A marathon of a day that we're having here, as 6 matches have already been played, and S2G has been able to go now back to back with those chicken dinners. We still have 2 more matches to go here, but honestly, S2G, this bounce back inhibitor out of them.
Quite literally a bounce back. All these nades coming in clutch here for S2G. Very, very good sign for them. They're climbing up those ranks. That should put them theoretically in that first place, but we'll wait for the overalls to confirm that. But it's looking very, very good for them. With just 2 more Miramars to go, S2G, they are a Miramar team. It looks like, hey, maybe we'll have another. Oh, we already do. Well, no, that's the match ranking.
No, that's the match ranking.
Whoa, hold up.
I'll give you a chance before or after this to do some prediction. But yeah, S2G putting up those 19 points. Aurora Gaming though, I can probably end up guaranteeing it that after this match, when we do end up seeing the overall, they'll probably end up being in first place, Max.
They go from 8th position, then of course they get that huge game earlier on their angle. They gave themselves 2nd place, and now maybe the jump into number 1, which maybe it's the
most Aurora thing we have seen, right?
Yes, it is the most Aurora thing, and you know what's also Aurora thing to do? After that, dropping down to like outside of top 5. Maybe
Wow.
I'm just saying they've done it before. They could do it again here. But no, overall, some of these plays are interesting. But I want you and me, Niptro, to break down what happened here, because you and me, we're talking about some of the finishing moments here. But this 4 Thrives push, in particular to the western side, I feel like could have been executed way better on the Pakistani end of things.
Listen, I was on the edge of my seat screaming at the television because I was like, okay, guys, they just need to hold. They just need to hold. They go up around onto a third-party position. They're playing this very, very well. The zone just goes complete opposite, and they're like, absolutely not. You're not getting this win. I'm like, okay, this is tough, right? But they could still make this work. And then they just do nothing with it. They wait far too long. The indecision is right back where we started. And to top it all off, rather than making a very decisive play and just full sending it, they stop really, really short, slow down, allow Top and the rest of Aurora just go all over it and go, no, you're not coming over here. What were you even thinking for Thrives? And honestly, I have to say the same thing.
I mean, really, you hit the nail on the head right there, which is they slowed down. And that was the big mistake. At that point, just capitalize, commit. Even if you get eliminated, I'll respect you a lot more for at least trying to go the entire way, because if you do so, you get rid on the western side. I think it was Doc and possibly Top at that point, which get rid of those 2 players. Guess what? You got a decent dip to work around. It's still not sure you're going to get the chicken dinner, but at least you have that opportunity to go the entire way and actually get yourself that chicken dinner. So 4 Thrives, still good points on the board, but they could have gone in a bit more in this match.
Yeah, they could have gotten a little bit more. And once again, that indecision, you guys highlighted it too. I just want to back you up with it, because that's been the biggest question mark.
So yeah, I think it's such a wasted opportunity from them just by slowing down the middle of the field like that. It's far too open, and Aurora of all teams is going to be all over that.
It's still a team that feels like they're getting their bearings, especially here in day 2. We've seen a great performance though, and a great switch too from 4 Thrives, from what we saw yesterday to what we're seeing now. More players are performing. It's not just Balak. Now we have also seen IQ earlier in the day as well. I want to see some of the other players being able to stand up as Aurora Gaming jumps up to that first place. E-Arena goes down to that 2nd. And what happens when you go back-to-back chicken dinners? That's right, you jump up that leaderboard and you end up in 3rd place.
We're seeing what they did in their group stage. Literally the same thing, right? Just coming back is just Ida staying at the bottom. Otherwise, S2G are making it happen for themselves. Loving it. E-Arena still getting a few points pretty consistently throughout the day, but when you get bangers like that from Aurora Gaming, oh my goodness, they are looking fantastic with the eliminations in particular that we saw earlier today, right, Niptura? Placement points were fine, but the eliminations, they were a little bit lackluster in some of those matches. Man, they're putting up big number after big number after absolutely big number. Yeah.
It's the momentum that we saw yesterday from that one Erangel game, right, with the 2 hovercrafts. S2G just bullying the lobby with those. No hovercrafts today in the same fashion, but still managing to get that chicken dinner back to back. That's going to be looking very good for them there.
One thing's actually scary right now, and I'm starting to realize it. I know we kind of joke about Aurora, the inconsistencies that we have seen out of this team, but for this team, one thing that has been consistent for them is their placement. At one point, we were kind of critiquing where those prelims are going to be coming in. Their placement points have been there. The eliminations now are starting to get picked up here in the second day as well. And this team is looking like a team that wants to become a champion.
They're like 4 placement points away. S2G, they got 3 wins, by the way, which is an insane ratio to have. So definitely
Aurora only has 1.
Exactly. They do only have 1 chicken dinner, so that's some very consistent stuff on board. I'm looking at a team that it's kind of the opposite from Aurora, which is Ulf, right? They had a massive rise. They got that chicken dinner with a 4-man finish on Erangel. And after that, their second place, falling down very slowly. Now in the middle pack, but though we on the second page, big upset Santiamba, just not able to maintain that top position 7, which is heartbreaking for this team.
Tiamba was one of those biggest question marks for us, especially because of the way that they ended up performing yesterday. We saw Milu being able to pop off. Today is not the same performance out of their squad. We knew that they have the fragging power, but those placement points were just non-existent, and right now, nothing's going their way.
Nothing is going their way. I mean, you're seeing them there with 9th place there, 63 total points, 14 placement points.
I thought you were going to go with that catwalk again. This will be the perfect time.
Not this time, maybe later. But yeah, no, the only thing we can hope to see is that they come back tomorrow stronger, fighting, able to do what we know they can do. I mean, they go into teams and crush them in seconds. I mean, it's easy for them, but just not today. It's just all over the place.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's a new day.
It is. I mean, I'm looking at a team in particular on the second page that I've been a little bit disappointed by is Vitality. After their opening day in the group stage, I was like, yeah, Vitality, we're looking so good, so much domination, everyone looking so good. They even swapped out Federalis, right, for Vexi, which I was like, that was quite an interesting decision to make. But man, oh man, that was really just a flash in the pan. They had that one insane day, and this, of course, it's hard to replicate, but they're not even getting close to that initial performance on that opening day of their group. I would love to see a comeback from my boys, Razak, but so far it's been a bit of a non-performance in the finals.
Another team along those lines as well is Team Flash. Team Flash has currently been non-existent for this squad. In the last game, though, I do want to highlight something for one team that was able to perform well, that was able to put up those points, and it was none other than Enigma Galaxy. If I'm not mistaken, Enigma Galaxy ended up with 10 eliminations, and that's good because that's a squad that has been consistent now 2 days in a row.
It is, yeah. They had a really nice 2-2 split on the southwest side of zone that really enabled them to get a lot of those eliminations, and even if they didn't make it further into the zone, further into the game, you know, they're just ticking along. They're making sure that they're consistent with those points, ready for tomorrow for those last few matches where they might just win it all.
Well, we have now hit 6 matches, but we still got 2 more matches left. Miramar is going to be coming up. Are these players going to start crumbling, or are they going to start shining, as we have seen some of the other players start shining as well? Let's send it over to 2 men that are definitely shining, none other than Blank and Jackie.
Thank you, Seven. That's right, we've had to tone it down slightly because we're blinding the crowd, so don't worry. The spotlight, of course, will be on the incredible play. Aggression that is really doing wonders for them. But this lobby doesn't get any easier, Blank. We've got a ton of talent here. It's been ramping throughout the whole competition. We're coming close now to the end of day 2 of finals. And this is where I feel like if another squad's going to step up and try and challenge, it'd be right here when we change the scenery and move into Miramar.
Heading over towards the dusty desert, and you're right. On this scenery change, teams will need to paint a very different picture on the leaderboards. We're getting closer to setting that boundary for tomorrow for Smash ruling. Potentially a team's able to pick it up very early tomorrow. But the amount of chicken dinners that S2G's got, I mean, it's very much a possibility for them to make that happen. They've been very consistent so far. Loving how aggro Kamikaze's been too. We get a very, very northern start here over on the northwest side down towards Truck Stop. So a little bit more inaccessible down towards that south side. We're looking at Los Leones, Puerto Paraíso, Impala, Mistavai, Chumacera. So more of these positions on that north side need to be taken up, like La Cobreria, even water treatment potentially. Torremada, El Azahar. I see Nongshim Red Force. I always found this drop spot kind of odd when they were choosing them, but Nongshim Red Force has like ruins. They take ruins all the way on the northwest side, and they just play that out. It's so out of the way, but with this playing path, they get out super early and get this trash drop started almost immediately.
But for the raw elims and handling themselves under pressure. You got to give that shout out over to Enigma Galaxy. That was very nice to see, right? A lot of early carnage, uncomfortable situations with how they were fighting, but they looked good in the clutch, having to pull out points where they could. Ended that one with what, 10 elims?
Yeah, it was 10 elims, 11 points total because they got towards that top 8 side of things, which is, I think, genuinely a really, really good result for Enigma Galaxy. I think when you have those types of games, you've got to go for a massive salvage. Now we start over on the northwest side of the map in terms of dropping those players off. We're moving hard down towards that southeast side. Got a lot of water involved. We got the rocky outcrops, the mountainside down towards Paraíso on that western edge. So should be a fun circle to play around with. We could end up back in Los Leones as we did earlier in the tournament. Always fun to have an urban finish. Gets very hectic. But yeah, I think if we look at the leaderboard right now, it's very comfortable on the staging. Right? We drop off slowly. It's very much an even stair. Way to the top, where it's 20-point game can be a big difference maker for Enigma Galaxy. They get a 20-point match. Suddenly they're tied with Aurora, who have currently managed.
Squad. A couple of our big names, of course, towards the coastline. Keep that in the back of your mind, but focus on this as well. We've got some weapon skins, of course, for those of you at home that want to get your hands on some lovely bits of kit inside of the game. So make sure you're participating in that.
Absolutely, and we'll throw that up on screen shortly. You can take a look at it then. But for Aurora, there you go. Lose a player out almost immediately. Again, weird entry point for a lot of squads where they want to get in towards the circle as soon as possible. S2G giving themselves the best advantage early on as they fly down from the eastern side of the map. And swinging past Impala right now, might look for some of the high grounds that sit towards the southern portion of this one. Enigma Galaxy a slower start though, over towards El Pot, so they're going to hang out here for a little while longer. Ralph on screen with us at the moment, doing a good job IGLing. Making some quick decisions here and there. I do genuinely think it helps having... I think as much as we've talked about Coops, I think we do need to shift the perspective a little bit to Lord. I think Lord has been such a consistent player on that team. We've given a lot of love to Coop so far, but I think Lord is able to excel because he has another strong fragger on the team. Now, I think Satan as well as Ralph are both very good players, but they're not your front line, right? And if Lord was always playing that front line, he was very good with it, he needed someone to play off the back of, and I think he works phenomenally well with Coops right now. So a big shout out to Lord this game. Hopefully they can continue. I'm expecting this S2G sort of making a Tiamba play versus them themselves.
Yeah, giving a taste of their own medicine there. That's unfortunate, the return of the king, but only for a few brief minutes on this one. We'll see if he comes back for another Miramar outing. Absolutely beasting in the event overall, but S2G stealing some of that energy and starting it out with a nice elim to send the rest of Tiamba scarpering, as they know they don't want to stick around and sacrifice anything more on this one. Three-man squad lives on to see if they can steal some points away on the long con.
For Tiamba, still 7 more matches to go, and like you said, they've been having a great run at the start of it. They had a lovely push in over towards the finals itself. They looked fantastic. Now sitting over towards the middle side of the tables. Haven't really able to put up many points after that. But they still have a whole additional day, and that can change a lot of things. Remember, you just need to get past that smash ruling point system and then hit the chicken dinner. So they just need to get themselves in range. That's it. They've got one more game to do it. They've got this game here to try and get some consistent points on board. Like you say, the return of the king was very short here, but next game, potentially some royal decrees being thrown out here and there.
Yeah, take the opportunity to sharpen the steel once more, and then come back out swinging. Potentially, that's got to be the play for some of these teams as well, because you touched on the fact, obviously, you're trying to set that barrier, that scoreline to beat effectively going into tomorrow, stopping some of these top teams dead in their tracks, seeing if you could stop them from bloating it to a very large scoreline. It's a risk versus reward that you've got to weigh up in some of these situations for teams that are looking to still climb, but don't want it to be too tall of a task to reach it going into tomorrow. If you want to lap our top teams with that smash rule being in effect. OG on the move here, Ida just off in the distance.
Yeah, pretty big funnel, this portion map around La Bendita. Friedrich in the dead ground sits around here as well, to the north side of Los Leones, staging upwards towards some of those buildings. Ulf's already met that quota right now. They're a little bit further towards the center of the map. Ulf looking for another good game. They were in second place for a little while, but then swiftly fell out of it, and Ulf's looking to get some more points on board. Again, for them, a good game would pretty much settle themselves up towards the top 3. They just don't really want to get trapped by that second place curse. You know, it's very much the Alpha 7 of old. Flash loses one on the knock and will be immediately flushed there by S Power. It's from Godlike on the south side. Vitality having a little bit of a look in towards S2G and Pod Paraíso, actually. They've got a 2-2 split going on, very dangerous.
Zypher up on the roof. Nade in his hand as he starts to make a move over the top side and see if he can get that one down on target. So 4 Fribes collapsing in early. Jiggle knocked. Sleepy arcing a nade back over as well. Going to cook that one. If they came running over now, could be very detrimental. They can tuck into the stairs as well. Get a safe recovery on the go here, so Jiggle can still be in play.
Ooh, Falak, though, putting on the pressure, and again, the flashbacks towards yesterday. 4th rise up against Aura. No Fear able to clutch it out towards the end. IQ, though, finds Sky, and No Fear is nowhere nearby. Starting to fly on in, but I think it might be too little too late here. T24 did hit the floor. For the rest of 4th rise, holding on fairly decently. A tanky, though, from the sidelines on OG. Literally, as soon as T24 got picked up, hit the deck straight again.
Floating around just on the periphery. The Vultures circling these two teams right now. Ooh, up close inside of the compound, though. It's Sleepy that looks to clothesline them in the close quarters combat. Few shots fired over. Good assist from No Fear with the SMG as Falak gets lit up. They go in from both sides. The stereo piece.
Nice.
It's a brilliant clear. Oh, punishing 4 Fribes one by one.
You can't believe it. For 4th rise, it's almost a dreamlike experience versus Sleepy. Deja vu once again as No Fear drops to the plate, but OG, they come in to pick up the pieces. And that's 4th rise down. No Fear taking some shots once again, but Sleepy is out, and OG with a fantastic third party onto it. Oh dear me, for 4th rise, the horror experience continues.
Yeah, those weren't scare actors, but coming in with real weaponry on that one.
The worst event I'd ever paid for. Checking with some of our other teams though. Aurora, very, very slow